Before setting out the 4 factors that can set you up for success at compulsory conference, I'll describe what a conference is and what you can expect. Compulsory conference is a formal mediation chaired by a VCAT member. Its purpose is to bring parties together to collaborate and reach terms of agreement for a planning permit to issue. The parties typically involved in compulsory conference are the local council, the planning permit applicant, any objector parties, or any third parties that have lodged statements of grounds with VCAT. They are typically scheduled to last 1 day or a half a day at a VCAT building or online via Zoom. All parties will be in the same room at the beginning of the conference and all will have an opportunity to make an opening statement. Everyone will be allowed to specify the specific outcome they are seeking, and the member may facilitate open discussion between the parties. It's also likely that the chairperson will separate the parties into different rooms and move between the rooms in an attempt to broker an outcome. All parties are obliged to attend the compulsory conference, but nobody is obliged to settle. If the parties reach an agreement, then the case will conclude a compulsory conference and the tribunal will direct that an approved planning permit issues. The permit will contain conditions that are consistent with the agreements reached during the conference. If an agreement isn't able to be reached during the conference, then the matter will proceed to a full hearing where each party will get the opportunity to present their case, and the role of the tribunal switches from that of facilitator to decision maker. Now, the 4 factors that can set you up for success at the conference. A compulsory conference is a negotiation, and like all negotiations, it will likely require all parties to make some compromises for it to be successful. Conferences are more likely to be successful if you proactively prepare and know the compromises you're willing to make in return for the outcome you're seeking. This proactive approach allows you to gain a greater level of control on the direction of the conference on the day. As a general rule of thumb in negotiations, the party that makes the opening offer usually sets the expectations of the other side and steers the negotiations to an outcome more favourable to their interests. For example, if you know car parking supply is a central objection for the other side, you might proactively offer to increase the number of car parks by a specific number at the beginning of the conference and before the other side have an opportunity to make that request. Making the opening offer can be very conducive to eliciting a positive response from the other parties. The decision to make an opening offer can vary depending on the circumstances of the compulsory conference. If you're a planning permit applicant, for example, and you've received council support for your application, it may be better not to make an opening offer and wait to hear what the other side are requesting. The number one reason compulsory conferences aren't successful is because parties do not know what they want. Be specific and make tangible requests. Most parties make general observations and general requests during the conference, and that's a road to failure. If the other side make a tangible offer or request that's not agreeable with you, then don't flatly deny it without making a counter offer. For example, you might not be agreeable with a request to drop the height of a development, but you might be open to increasing a particular setback. This approach ensures the dialogue remains open and is more conducive to an agreement being reached. These 4 tips are general in nature and they may not be appropriate for every conference. If you have an upcoming case and you'd like to hear the input of an expert into a strategy that could be successful for you, then reach out to our team and we'd be happy to help.